Hey Sagittarius. So I'm doing this reading a little bit differently. It is going to be timeless. So whenever you come across this, it's very likely there's something here for you. Okay. But keep in mind, it's a general reading for Sagittarius placements. Okay. I often talk about this. I talk about this way that Sagittarius can feel sort of like this adrenaline, like, something's about to happen. It's like the racehorse. It's the racehorse right before the gate releases. And just that anticipation, that expectation, and, it could drop at any moment type of feeling. And I don't know what cards could better display that exact feeling. We have the Hanged Man in reverse with the High Priestess. You've been in hiding almost. It's like even if you've been outside, you've kind of been in hiding in one way or another because you're ready for this. Like salivating for this forward motion. I feel like ever since your season, you've just really, honestly, far before your season. And again, this is timeless, but at this point, it's in January. And so it's been a couple months, but for the past few months at least, you've been doing all the things that you don't tell people about. And it's not that it's a secret. You're just working on yourself in private because this gate's about to drop. You've really been harnessing this higher version of yourself and welcoming that into your present. You're here and you're now, right? You're alchemizing so many things from the past. And when I say you're alchemizing something, it's you're turning any stuck trauma in the body, God forbid the mind, but anything you've been just saving for later, you've been managing that and handling it very well. Honestly, the Hanged Man in reverse, the gate is already down. The gate's already down. That just took a twist. Okay, so I'm about to start channeling because I see very clearly the gate's down and you still have that adrenaline, but it's like there's some pains that are still purging. Okay, and I don't want to ever give you the impression that, oh, keep healing, because you're very wise, Sagittarius, and you know that you can get stuck in a trap of just healing and then never actually moving forward because you don't feel worthy, you don't feel healed, you don't feel whole, or some variation of those things. And it's like, it's alchemizing into anger almost. But you know what? That's a hell of a lot better than depression or stuck trauma or just any stagnation. Tell me a Sagittarius that enjoys stagnation. I'll wait. Like you're, and I don't mean to be harsh, and I'm totally not judging, but you're very cutting right now for anyone that gets in your path. It's like I can trample you, says the Sagittarius. Why do you want that? Why do you want to get in my way? Because you know how it's gonna end. And it's like, damn. Like, why do people love competing with Sagittarius? Let's talk about that, because that's something that's been on my mind for years. And me being a self-aware individual, Sagittarius, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm manifesting that. Maybe that's just, a belief that I hold. And so I keep saying it, but it is something really special to people that are in awe of you and your mythical like energy. And I think that sometimes people would kill for the chance just to be acknowledged by you. And I know that sounds very pompous and very egotistical, but like, let's look around, okay? Even if we're being our higher selves, we're being, what, the opposite of in our ego. It's like you can't help but notice, not everyone's walking around as their best versions. And, you have to call things as they are. I feel like you've been letting things slide just out of grace. Just out of grace and this desire to, like, the core of you, you just want to have fun. You want to enjoy your life. You want to enjoy your mornings, your afternoons. You want to enjoy your work, your relationships, your family, like your friends. You want to enjoy things. So when people are intentionally like gunking up the works, you're just like, cut it out. Like, why would you even? And it's ironic, right? Because it can throw you off. It can throw you off into out of your character at times. Okay, and why is that? It's not because necessarily you have an inclination to be angry, but it's because you've overlooked so much as it is. Like, you have to do this. You have to assume that responsibility at this point of just laying shit out for people and calling it like it is. Libra being the scales and, referring a lot to the justice system and things like that. And this isn't justice. This is judgment that just came out, but you have such a role in the fairness of the world. Sagittarius plays a huge role in, equality, fairness, justice, a lot of those things that we associate with Libra, but that's aside from the point. It's like, you've probably been taking on more than is fair. Okay, we have this 10 of Wands on the bottom. And you are just like, look, obviously, this situation needs my involvement. I need to interact. I can't evade this. Like, I have this adrenaline to move forward. I have this like itch to just never look back again. And I'm exaggerating, but like that's what a lot of you are feeling right now. And it's like, you are not in any way about to evade any of these issues. It's like, I'm gonna do all the things that need done. I'm gonna hit every target, check every check, boom, 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 boom. And just so I can move forward, because you literally cannot allow yourself to go backwards. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you can't let yourself, no, like that's how you feel. You are like, there's no way in hell I can even, like, you couldn't move backwards or stay stagnant right now, even if you tried. You are expanding. You are so expansive by nature. Yes, we all are. We're all human. But do you understand Jupiter? And I don't mean that in a sassy way. Jupiter is ever giving, ever expanding. If you stay in this this pin, like people are gonna be like, what are you doing? Because the gate's been down, you know? And so, yeah, you're hitting all the targets, and the people around you, okay, when it comes to work, when it comes to your peers, just other humans in your life right now, everyone that looks at you or to you for something, remember when I said you're hitting on the targets? It's like people are gonna be looking at you like, damn, like, I didn't know I had it in them. And then you're in turn gonna turn around and be like, oh, you thought that little of me? Oh, so that's what you really think of me? Like, because I didn't have to handle all this. Like, this shit that I just did, bam, 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 it wasn't my responsibility. But I was graceful, and I was holding space for situations and things to play out. Okay, you're not trying to compound your issues. You're quite literally dispersing them, like dissolving them. And so you're just really efficient right now. And I think people are gonna look at themselves a lot differently also after seeing this version of you start the race. And not that you should be competing with anyone, you know. I mean, I assume people that watch my videos are at a level that I don't have to explain like the basic things. I don't have to be like, oh, well, I didn't mean that. Like, you feel me, okay? A lot of you are intuitive yourself. A lot of you are just sort of looking for confirmations, or you're clicking on this to, yeah, I mean, have like some validation, because sometimes you just need to hear it from someone else, even if you know, right? So we have the 7 of coins. You're very inclined to be wise financially. I don't feel like you have impulses to overspend. Why? Because you're not filling a void right now. I feel like you're very financially responsible at this time, to the point where you may be having people coming to you asking to borrow money. Yeah, I see stability for you, but there's this Father of Cups, this King of Cups with this Devil card right now. And this anger, that Father of Swords that came out, I feel like it's mostly pertaining to this. Okay, this could be a person. It doesn't matter if it's, it is a masculine energy. There's Capricorn energy. There's also water energy here. So like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But listen, whatever this situation right here is sort of like your next step in self-mastery. I know personally, firsthand, what it's like to work on yourself and do shadow work, right? And like ask yourself the hard questions and be really honest with yourself about things that, you know, are just uncomfortable. And so it's one thing to do that when it comes to your own journey, your own growth. But when you're adding someone else into the mix, you do have a defense. And this person could, I don't want to assume the worst, but I'm reading the cards. I'm reading the energy. This person could be addicted to something. This person could be obsessed with something. That thing very well could be you. Or something else. However, whatever this is, whoever this is, it's very intense. This is very gaslighty. And I don't like to use even terms like that, but I mean, this, if it comes up, it comes up. Okay, I feel like this situation has previously felt like an enclosure. Okay, maybe it felt kind of Just beyond overwhelming. Maybe you felt overpowered at one point. This energy is upset that this energy is not happy with the way you handle things. However, I feel as if this energy could have handled things or possibly prevented things, that you took it upon yourself to just, you know, bam, 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 move on. It's like they wanted you to sit in this swamp with them. Like, this situation was very capable of solving a lot of these things. However, that was not the intention. I don't want to ever, I'm never going to instill fear in you. However, it's the only somewhat, I want to say, threat to your stability at this time. I definitely see you saving and planning for your financial future. And you might be starting a business as well, or you might be taking something to the next level when it comes to your investments. But whatever this masculine energy is, and it could also be a woman, okay? It doesn't have to be a man. Like, it's just a masculine energy. And yes, Capricorn is a feminine sign, technically. I get that, but this is a masculine in toxic feminine energy, or toxic masculine in too much in feminine energy. There's just a major unbalance here. Do you see how unusual these cards look together? Okay, they're not facing something. Okay, it's like they turn their gaze to, like, you know, suit their own into, it's like they refuse to acknowledge something. Do you see how they're looking in the same direction? Okay, and there's some, it's just, I mean, if I got deeper into this, I would go as far to say as if this is a person, they have some really dark attachments that you're just like, maybe you sat with them through some hard times. Maybe you were there for them when, you know, they needed you. And if this is a work situation, apply it that way. You know, maybe you did more than your salary included if this was a work situation. But again, it's just like, it's such a necessary ending, but I don't feel like there is just one very unsupportive energy. And it does look like you've kind of weighed those options and made your decision, you know. So I really hope that this helped. If you want a personal reading, links are below. If this helped you, please hit the like button and the subscribe. I'm just so, like, essentially when you walk into your next paradigm, your, you know, ideals, all of that, you kind of have to be ready for things to shift and not, you have the wisdom to not give it too much attention. However, it does feel like it's something really, like, this is something you've invested in, okay? This isn't just somebody you just met or work that you, a job that you just accepted. It's something that you have history with, and it's very depressing. You did the work to kind of detach, and yeah, it's never worth sacrificing your stability, okay? if someone's asking you to, if someone's intentionally avoiding issues, not paying attention to things, very critical things that affect you, not just themselves, it's like you have one direction, Sag, and it's forward, okay? Please don't judge yourself too much. Don't get too, I'm not going to tell you to not be angry or anything, but again, be mindful of how much attention you're giving to judgments and other people, because that can easily flip to judgments in yourself and have you doubting yourself, and now you're back in the swamp, and it's just, you're not doing that. No, you have such a strong energy right now. Forward, focus. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. All my links are below. I love you guys, and you got this.